Hi, I'm Anthony Brister, founder of Brister Law Firm. And if you've ever filed a tax return late, paid a balance after the deadline, or made a mistake that triggered penalties, you know just how quickly the IRS can pile on fees. But here's something that most taxpayers don't know. There's actually a program called First Time Penalty Abatement. And if you qualify, it could wipe those penalties away entirely. This isn't a loophole, it's a legitimate IRS policy designed to give taxpayers a break when life happens. First time penalty abatement, also known as FTA, is the IRS's way of extending grace for one time mistakes from otherwise compliant taxpayers. It applies to the three most common IRS penalties: one, failure to file if you miss the deadline; two, failure to pay if you owed taxes but didn't pay on time; and then third, failure to deposit, which applies to businesses that didn't deposit the payroll taxes on time. If you've ever been hit with a notice and saw hundreds or even thousands of dollars in penalties added on top of your balance, the first time penalty abatement could be your way out. And the best part, if granted, the IRS removes the penalty plus any interest attached to that penalty. So, who qualifies? Well, to qualify for the first time penalty abatement, the IRS needs to see a few things. They need to see a clean compliance history. You haven't had any penalties in the past 3 years. All required tax returns are filed. The IRS won't grant the first time penalty abatement if you have unfiled returns. The tax needs to be paid, or you're on an active and current payment plan. You don't need to have zero debt, but you do need to show that you are being proactive. If your account is clean and you've handled your previous obligations responsibly, you're likely eligible. Many business owners and individuals don't realize that they already meet the requirements. They just never ask. There are three ways to request the first time penalty abatement. You can call the IRS and you can speak with an agent directly. Ask specifically for the first time penalty abatement. You can submit a written request, include the tax years in question, your reason for requesting the abatement, and confirmation of your compliance. Or you could hire a tax professional, a CPA, or tax attorney can submit the request on your behalf, ensure that everything is in order, and often get faster results. A few tips to increase your chances. You want to check your account transcripts first. Make sure that all returns are filed and your compliance history is clean. Be specific in your request. Ask for the first time penalty abatement by name. Don't assume the IRS will offer it. You must request it. This program isn't well advertised, and the IRS won't tell you it exists unless you ask. But if you qualify, the savings can be significant, and it could be the relief you need to get back on track. If you've never heard of this program before, you're not alone. But now that you know about the first time penalty abatement, it's time to take action. Read the blog below for a full breakdown on how to request it, what language to use, and how to avoid penalties in the future. At Brister Law Firm, we help individuals and business owners resolve IRS issues quickly, legally, and with strategy so you can move forward with confidence. Penalties aren't always permanent, but you have to know your rights in order to fight them.